So, welcome back. What we're going to do now is finish up that dinner that we sort of started with the veggie, with the tomato and succotash, and finish up that dinner for tonight. So, what we have here is I'm going to make something called potato noir moitié, I think. Sounds about right.
Yeah, yeah.
Close?
We don't have those exact potatoes.
Yeah, but that's okay. No, but at any rate, so normally, this is my take on it. Normally, the way you would do it is you put a little bit of butter and then you put some garlic, and then you put these little potatoes. Well, what I like to do is use bacon fat. Everything's better with bacon fat. You put in some garlic, and all you do is crush the garlic cloves, and you put them in with the skins on. And then I'm going to put in a sprig of rosemary. That's not in the normal recipe either, but I happen to like to add that flavor. And then you just add, this is a very easy dish. You just add the potatoes. And they have to be small. We can't get the adorable little fingerlings that they call for in this menu, unfortunately. So I'm just going to use these small, what are these? These are baby gold potatoes. And the idea here is that you just put them in and you want them just hot enough. You want this just hot enough to sort of simmer them a little bit. Then you put in a little bit of salt. Okay, and that's pretty much it. I'm just going to cover these and I'm going to leave them, and they're just going to cook, and it'll take a half an hour or something like that for them to cook. Okay, so now we're going to start with the main course. The main course is a rack of lamb. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to make a coating for it. I call this my Scarborough Fair coating for lamb. Okay, why do I call it that? We're still working on our act here, okay? All right, why do I call it that? I posted a picture of this dish a little while ago, like back for Christmas. We had it in Christmas. And I said that it was rooted in music. And it is, because Scarborough Fair coating has parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. There you go. And so it's half rosemary, and then the other half is equal amounts of the sage and the thyme and the parsley. I put that in there. Then I'm going to put in some, this is a Thai pepper, one of those cute, adorable little Thai hot peppers, all chopped up real fine. I've got about 3 cloves of garlic that I'm going to put in there. And then again, we put in salt. Like so, you got to put a goodly amount of salt here. You got to salt this up because it's going to go on the whole outside of the lamb. And then I'm going to put in a little bit of black pepper. Okay, and so I'm going to mix that up. And I use panko breadcrumb. How much? You just sort of got to figure out. I got to coat this, so I'm going to put in enough panko breadcrumb for that. And put that in. I'll show this to you. As soon as I get it mixed up, I got to make sure I get enough breadcrumb in there. You want to see the herbs, but you don't want them too much. So here we go. That looks about right. I'll show you. I'll do my thing, right? I'll show you in the camera. See? So we got about that much with some herbs in it. And I just want to put in a little bit of olive oil. I don't want to turn this into a paste. Okay, I want to make this just enough olive oil to get it, get the breadcrumbs a little bit moist, but I'm not trying to turn this into a paste type of coating. All right, so just like that, we got a little bit of olive oil. You can still see that it's not clumping, it's not turning into pesto or anything like that. All right, so we got that going there. All right, now I'm going to fire up this pan over here really hot, and I'm going to have to turn this fan on. So let's hit this thing. Supposedly this microphone filters out sounds really well, so hopefully it's not overpowering anything. All right, so I got the coating ready to go. This will come up very quickly. This carbon steel will come up very quickly. The temperature, it'll start to want to smoke. And what I'm going to do to put this on is I'm going to use some mustard. I'm sure you've seen that before. A lot of people put mustard. Mostly you see they use Dijon. I discovered I really like Coleman's. This Coleman's English mustard is like pretty cool, right?
It's nice and really spicy.
It's just a little different. So I'm just going to brush some of that on this. Oh, wait a second. I did this backwards. Hey, everybody makes mistakes. We only get one take. I'm supposed to sear it first. All right. We only get one take. There's no editing. So this is nice and hot. You can see that it's nice and hot. It's smoking. We're going to put some olive oil in here. Nice smoky olive oil. All right, that's the way I want it. Then I'm going to sear this. Not for very long. And I need to replenish my olive oil, my mustard supply here. There we go. Gonna let that sear. Gonna check on the potatoes. Okay, and what's gonna happen with these is like every few minutes I am gonna kind of move them around a little bit. All right, so, and you can see why I have this on. So I'm just gonna sear it. Yeah. All right, that's done. See, it's basically it's seared. That's all I wanted to do. I've turned this off, get it out of the way temporarily. I'll bring it back in a minute. Dump the excess oil out. All right, now let's try and get this right this time. Brush it up with the Coleman's mustard. All righty. Nice layer of the mustard there. And then I'm going to coat it with the breadcrumb mix. I want to press this down into it. One of the reasons I didn't put too much oil is I want to make sure that it adheres. And let's turn this off. Okay, we're going to put this in here. I was probably yelling because to me that was really loud. I'm guessing you guys out there probably didn't hear anything particularly loud, but to me that fan thing was really loud. All right, so I'm putting all this on, pressing it into the lamb. I'm going to put it back in that pan. Put it back in the pan that I used before. This is good enough. There's no reason to get something else dirty. I'll put it back in here, get the rest of breadcrumb on it, and this is going to go into the oven. This is going to go into a 325-degree oven until the internal temperature is between 120 and 125 degrees. So I'm going to put that in there, and we'll be back later, and I'll show you the finished dish. Okay, so we're back. We've got this lamb. It's beautiful, nice little toasted. See the breadcrumbs a little bit toasted on the top. Looks very nice. It's been resting for 5 minutes. Here on the plate, we've got the succotash and tomato that was made earlier. And so now we're going to plate the rest of it. First thing I'm going to do is with the paprika, the finishing with the smoked paprika on top, as we talked about on the other video. Now let's cut into this lamb and see how it turned out. Oh, look at that, huh? Whoa, okay, let's look at that. What do you like the look of that, huh? All righty, nice medium rare. We'll do a couple of double chops. We don't want to waste any of the coating, so that becomes a little addition here. So we had some adventures earlier. What can I say? I'm going to turn this off now, and we will get in here. There's our sizzling potatoes. So we'll take some of those and put those up here also. There's a lot more potatoes than we can actually eat tonight, but that's okay. You make a nice batch. They reheat great. Actually, you can cut these up and do one of those breakfast potato things, right?
Yeah.
We've done that before.
That's tasty.
Yeah. All right, so we put a few potatoes there. That gets finished. This is the last touch with a little fleur de sel on top of those potatoes.
So
Oh,
what is fleur de sel?
that's a good question. What is fleur de sel? Why don't you tell the audience what fleur de sel is? Actually, it's
It is salt that is collected on particular beaches in France.
Yep, it's right from the sea.
Right from the sea.
Okay, why don't you give a taste? You tasted the corn, the succotash earlier, so let's check out the lamb and the potatoes.
Okay. So,
Cutting into
the
that.
lamb. Huh?
Mm,
Yes.
looks nice.
And I found out earlier about the problems of big bites. So
There we
got a
go.
little bit. That crust is perfect.
Yeah, you like that?
You know, and of course the lamb. How can you go wrong with a little lamb? Just wonderful.
Well, thanks everybody. Here's the dinner. We're going to go in and take it with us into the other room. We're going to enjoy our dinner together.
Beware, the inside of those potatoes is very hot.
Thanks for
Bye.
thanks for joining us.